Hello, it's me, Robin, with Simple Food, Simple Life. I'm in the kitchen today, and as part of the pantry challenge and simply making something delicious, I'm going to use what I have on hand and make a very simple ravioli dish. I think you're going to like it. And it's something so easy and so simple, you might think it can't be good, but it is good because this is Simple Food, Simple Life. And I'm just going to make a simple dish for you, and I hope that you like it. Okay, let me show you what I have for ingredients. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it very much. I've got a bowl of frozen tomatoes. Some of these are Romas, and some of them are just, honestly, I don't know what kind of tomatoes they are, but I'm going to use these. We're going to make a pasta sauce out of these. And I've got some raviolis here. These raviolis come from Dollar Tree. It's a partial bag. And I believe there's about 7 raviolis in there, so I'm going to cook all of those. I've got some olive oil. I've got a few green olives left in here. I've got Italian seasoning, garlic powder, and I have some parsley. And that is it. I've got a skillet here ready to make the sauce, and I've got some water. There's some heat on under this water. I'm going to bring it to a boil, and that's what I'm going to cook the raviolis in. Alright, I put some olive oil in the pan. Just enough to coat the bottom, really. Now, I'm going to put these tomatoes in as is. I'm not going to try to chop them or do anything special to them. They will break down. However, we want to put a lid on them because they're frozen and the pan is going to be very hot and it's going to splatter. So we're going to put a lid on. When these start to break down, then I'm going to come in and we'll put some seasoning on them and give them a stir. I've taken out the remainder of the olives in the jar, and those are going to be added at some point to the pasta sauce. Now, I have chopped them, just cut them in half is basically all I've done. Okay, you can see that these are starting to thaw. They're releasing their water, which that's good. That's what we want. But they're still pretty frozen. So I've got the heat on high. I'm going to put the lid back on, and we're just going to let these cook. Now, before I do that, I've got some brine here from the olives, so instead of adding salt to this dish, I'm going to add the brine. It's not all of it, just a little bit. It's going to be very salty, so we won't need to put any salt in this sauce. Back goes the lid. Now the centers of these are still frozen, but that's all right. I'm going to put some garlic powder. If you have fresh garlic, you can use that. I don't have any of that. Or the jarred garlic is good as well. And I'm going to sprinkle on some Italian seasoning. Now, I can keep the lid off for now if I want to, because I'm not worried about these splattering in the oil. So that's good. I'm keeping the heat on high. Now, I'm going to taste this a little bit. Now that's very tart. If you want to sprinkle a little bit of sugar in that, you can. Or I would say if you're going to do that, it's better to put a little bit of brown sugar instead of white sugar. There's a little bit of olive oil there. It's just going to add richness. Now you notice the skins are on these tomatoes, and that's good because the skin is going to add a richness, a thickness to the sauce. I just wanted to jump in here real quick. I'm eating my ravioli. I just want to jump in here real quick and mention to you that if the tomato chunks or if the tomato skins in the sauce bother you, some people do have texture issues and something like that might bother them. If it does, then feel free, before you add the sliced olives or a lot of other ingredients to your sauce, once your tomatoes are broken down, feel free to put them in a blender, or you can run them through a sieve, and that will make it, that will remove that element of the tomato skins and something a little more chunky that you might not prefer. So, okay, I just wanted to mention that to you. Back to the video and back to my lunch. So you can see now I can mash them. Take a closer look. They've broken down very nicely. Now, if you don't have fresh tomatoes or frozen tomatoes, you can use canned tomatoes if you want to. It will go a little bit faster if you use canned tomatoes because you're not working with a fresh or frozen product, so that'll work out well. I'm going to give this another quick little taste. That's nice. Also, the olive oil will help tone down that acidity. I put just a little bit more garlic powder in, and I'm going to add some parsley flakes. You see how that is cooking down and starting to thicken up a little bit. Now, you can add whatever you want to this. If you want to add onion, go ahead. Peppers, other vegetables, zucchini, if you want to. You can add whatever you prefer. Make it your own. Add whatever you like. I was just keeping this simple because I just wanted to show you how easy this is to do. Okay, I've turned this down to just about a medium low. The water for the raviolis is coming up to a boil. You can see I really do need to use these. So I'm going to put them in here. Some of them are stuck together, but that's all right. I don't really have a lot of water in this pan. I really don't feel like I need that much water. We'll give those a stir in a minute, and then when they're done, we're going to add them to the sauce. Now then, I'm going to add in some of these, most of these olives that I've cut up. You can use black olives if you like, or don't put olives at all. Some people don't like olives. Some in my family do not like olives. So, anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add just a little bit more brine for some saltiness, and let's put a little bit of pepper in. I've turned the heat down a little bit. Now, when the raviolis are done, we'll come back. All right, now the ravioli is floating, and in case I didn't mention it, this is just cheese ravioli. So we're going to put the ravioli in with the sauce. I've got the sauce turned on medium with the heat. So we're just going to add the raviolis to the sauce. And there are 7. There's enough raviolis in that package that cost $1.25. There's enough raviolis for probably at least 2 meals, if not 3 meals, depending on whether or not you have any sides. You just want to get those raviolis in the sauce. You can use any pasta you want. You don't have to use this, but these are so good. I hope you give them a try. They are really, really delicious. These are very enjoyable. You can see this is starting to cook down. If your sauce starts to get a little too dry or cooks down a little too much, just hang on to your pasta water, because then all you have to do is you could just add a little bit of pasta water in there and it would be perfectly fine. Now, the only reason I reserved some of the sliced olives is for garnish, because the olives tend to disappear. Now, you can add capers to this if you want to. You can add really whatever you want. I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit. Got it on low. See how lovely this is now? This is so beautiful. So beautiful. Now, just because I can, we're getting to the end, so I'm going to add a little slice of butter into the sauce. That will enrich the sauce. You don't have to add this. You could add a dollop of cream cheese, or you could add a bit of just really whatever you want, or just leave it out. It's fine. I'm going to turn that heat back up a little bit so it melts. Now you can see the butter's changing the color of the sauce, and it's also going to create actually it's going to take down the acidity of the sauce as well. All right, I think we're good. Everything's going to get turned off. Let's plate this up. The raviolis are nice and cooked. If you don't use all the sauce, just save the sauce for another dish or for pizza. You could use this sauce on pizza if you want to. That would be delicious. Grab a few more olives. I'm going to move this off the heat. You could eat half this amount of ravioli and have a nice salad with it. Maybe some garlic bread would be really good. There you go. That's our ravioli with just a simple tomato pasta sauce. And I am definitely going to give this a taste. Here it is. That's a lot of food. And made from what I have in the house for my pantry challenge. These raviolis are quite substantial, by the way. It's surprising. Really good. Some of that chunky tomato. I can taste the olives, the olive oil, the butter really does take down the acidity. The olives are good. So good. If you do like olives, I highly recommend that you try this. Really good. Really good. I'm very happy. All right. That's it for me today. I've got some lunch to eat, so I'm going to get with it. All right. I hope you give this a try. If you like what you see and you're new here, I welcome you and I appreciate you very much. I appreciate all of you who show up time after time. You encourage me. I just want you to know that. Okay? All right. Listen, as always, you know that little is much when God is in it. Okay? All right. I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. But I have to go eat this. I gotta eat my lunch. All right. Love ya. Bye-bye.